Hello, my dear family. It is time for BWV 979. This is concerto number 8 in H Moll, which means B minor, nach einem Violinconcerto in D Moll von Giuseppe Torelli. Giuseppe Torelli. Giuseppe Torelli. So this is this great affinity, let's say, between Bach and the Italian composers. This is in the key of B minor, which they call H minor. So H is funny. We don't have the note H, but they do. It's the B. Why H? Let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So why H? That's a good one for ChatGPT. I have no idea why H. I mean, in the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So A, so they're saying A, instead of B, it's A, H, C, D, E, F, G, A, H. It doesn't really make sense. If you switched around the A and the H, maybe it would be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? But instead it's A, B, C, in their thing, in the German thing, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, H, C, D, E, F, G, A, H, C. Not sure why. Okay, here we go. So this is B minor. You know what I'm going to try to do today is just play this piano not so loud. But let's see what happens here. So 1 E and 2 E is 3, 4. 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 2 E and 3 E and 2 E and 3 E and Now from here, let's see if my A is mosquito fan is with us. Three, E, and one, E, two, two, three, two. Let's see. A sharp and these were both in the bass clef, so. Okay. Three, E, and one, and one, E, and two, E, and three, E. Oh, then we switched to common time. Okay, so 4/4. So it's. Isn't that right? Then one E and two E and what is that? Oh, they split the measure in. This is not so well written, not so well copied out. So it's one E and two E and three E, maybe, and let's say then. A sharp, yeah. Okay, that's over. That's just a little adagio section there that was very, I'll show you how it was written. The problem was that it's just hard to see what the rhythm should be. First of all, from here we broke the measure, so it's just Looks like just about 2 beats there. Is that right? It's probably, yeah, 2 beats, 1 E and a 2 E and a. Then that brings you down to here for the 3 and the 4. And it's just not really clear the way that's written in this particular, edition, which I'm semi-responsible for. Okay, let's move on to the Allegro. Comes right next. And now we're back to, okay, now we're in cut time, B minor. So. Okay, let's play this measure again. It looks like we got the G sharp, the A sharp, so. But I think I missed that A sharp, the second one, so let's try it again. It's here. G sharp, B natural, D natural. Then the E and the, like this. Da, da, da. Yes. Almost was that same F sharp. I was thinking he was gonna go, but he was just, he went to the, still did that to the top, but instead of, he went, like so. Okay. again. Here. Oh, that's the D. Is that right? A sharp, E in the, so A sharp, E in the C, and the G. Yeah, basically. Close. Yeah. Then back to B minor. Listen. Sorry? Goes to A. Oops. Let's see. Again. So. D sharp, yes. Was that right, that last note there? Maybe, let's see, let's try that again. Let's go back one measure. Yes. Oh, it's that, no, that's correct. And then G nat, G sharp. D, E sharp. E sharp. And then we got the F sharp minor. Almost. Yeah. A sharp. So. So. I see. That's it. So, thanks for listening through that BWV 979. And that is the end piece. So, what's really interesting is that there was somebody that's, I thought went to the bathroom, but I guess was just listening to the piece back there, which is interesting. I'm not sure what that was all about because I make so many mistakes. I wouldn't expect for it to be like a performance. But, I understand it can be, something interesting to listen to also. So what I want to say is this again, thank you for the opportunity, Bach, and your compatriot, your partner in crime. This was BWV 979, Giuseppe Torelli. So I still feel like these guys are partners. Now, there's this historical, analysis that Bach didn't go down to Italy, but I still don't get it. Because it seems like they're like, almost like a clique, like friends. And that they're like cool like that. I mean, there's mutual respect, there's back and forth. Maybe we'll try to dig into that a little bit. I'm actually going to move down to Italy, so that's funny, right? I'm actually, selling my house, as you know, in Klagenfurt, Austria, moving down there to Italy, somewhere northern Italy, not too far from my daughter. And maybe I'll catch a vibe, about this connection with Bach and Italy. I mean, at least I'll be moving down, some sort of a German piano down there, which Bach never had, but you know what I mean? It's a beautiful day for a neighbor, won't you be? Please won't you be my neighbor? Because there's so many wonderful things to say. And please make your own Bach videos. I did see in a comment that someone was working on some of these, like playing them and stuff. And, something like, I think that commenter said something like, they had no idea of what they're doing, right? Like that idea of humility, that I'm not some great piano player, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I wanted to say something about that, which is that, guess what? Bach had no idea what he was doing. So, this is a wonderful reality of creativity for those who are doing it, for Van Gogh, Rembrandt, or the Sistine Chapel, what was his name, the guy that painted that? All these people, they just have no idea. They're human beings. They're not like these gurus, sort of like gifted, Mozart. They're just trying, and there's always a question of like what should you write? Should you repeat the motive or not? Should you, branch off or not? And so what I wanted to say is that Bach had no idea, so you do have an idea. Bach did have some idea of what to write. That's why he wrote so much beautiful music. And you can just take your own idea. So you have a human brain and mind, and then you sort of come in here and you're like, oh, this right here, I get it. It's, an F major. It's two E and 3. You're like, oh, I have an idea. That reminds me of Jingle Bells, or something. That's all that Bach was doing. This reminds me of Palestrina, someone that he had listened to. And then, like, and 2, so 1 E and 2 E and 3 and. I'm just love this stuff. So we could just go on and on, just like having our idea. What is our idea? Our impression of the music, which is Bach having an impression of his own music or of some music he heard from one of these Italian guys, right? And then he's just like making, how can you say it? He's playing some music, right? Same thing Jimi Hendrix says. So, or any of those, Eric Clapton, right? And Jimmy Page. So what they're doing, they're just, they're not reading this music. Oh, what was this? So this was supposed to be. So that's repeating, right? So what's your feeling? Do you want to tie into it? Do you want to, express the rhythm of it in sort of some special way that sort of pops it out? But that's just like painting, right? So do you want to you know, accent that highlight. What's that Dutch painter that loves light and stuff? Do you want to accent that little fireplace in that house? You know, go for it. You know, so what I meant by that is like, so, you know, that kind of thing. That's just my idea. So I do have an idea. See what I'm saying? So staccato, legato, staccato, because that just like ties it. So I go, but then I have another idea, which is don't be contrived, because like Bach is so uncontrived. So I never want to really repeat something too much, like a pop song, you know. And the really good pop songs, they also don't repeat stuff. They'll just throw in some sound effect, like Nicki Minaj. Just throw in a little sound effect. You see, there's so much work they do in their mixing, because they have to come up with a little sound effect and then never repeat it. They literally, you know, just put it in like one spot in like a 4-minute pop song or 3.5-minute pop song. And you know, you really have to have the energy to do that. But at any rate, so for example, not totally doing that every time, we go like, oh, then it goes. So, you know, okay, we do have an idea, was my point. Go for it. There is no prescribed system here. We're all going to die. After birth, before death, we want to have warm heart. So get in there, make that video for me. Let me see what you got, sister, brother. Show it to me. Let me see your feelings, mistakes, recoveries, whatever you can do. Your style, you know, my style is mistake, recovery, but do your own style. Who knows what it is? Look forward to seeing it. All right, everybody, got 9 more days in Laos.